I was using a Roku Express because at the time I didn't need anything that had 4K support, and honestly it was quite a good device. It worked well, played all of my content. I used Plex, Netflix, Spotify. Never had any issues other than I couldn't play anything on 4K. So I upgraded to the Roku Premiere, which is pretty similar to the Express, except the fact that it supports 4K. At first, it seemed fine. I was playing content through Plex, direct play, no issues, until I actually sat down to watch something and I noticed that my receiver kept losing audio signal every maybe 20-30 seconds. Now, I've turned the audio down to the lowest level just because, you know, copyright issues on YouTube. But as you can see there, for that split second, the audio dropped out. I'm currently playing a movie, a 4K movie through Plex, and it plays. The video doesn't stutter at all. The problem being that the audio drops out very, very often, maybe twice a minute, and it really affects, you know, you can't watch a movie if the audio drops out twice a minute. So I thought, okay, maybe it's the HDMI cable. I tried a different one and no, same problem. I tried a different HDMI port on the TV. Nope, same problem. I changed all of the settings through the Roku, through Plex, through my TV, through my receiver, just to make sure that it was set up in a way that should work for the kind of audio that I've got. But no, nothing worked, and every now and then you get these little hiccups where it drops out. Each time you see the text scroll, it means that the audio has dropped out and then been regained, so it's like a signal loss. But when that happens, there is no dropout in the video, and the video is always completely stable. So at this point I'm thinking, well, what am I supposed to do? I do a bit of Googling, and it turns out that this is a common issue, not just for this Roku, but for many of the other 4K Rokus around, even previous generations. And it looks like it started a few years back, potentially with a software update. But actually there's quite a lot of issues recently, like from October, November, posted to do with different Rokus with the same audio dropout issues as this one. And as I've tried everything, and it's a brand spanking new device, literally I received it and plugged it in today, and it has this issue, I'm going to be returning it because it's unusable. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be doing things like this, and maybe people who have these devices don't use them on systems like this. I'm using audio return channel through HDMI, which is, you know, common enough. It works with everything else. I've never had this kind of an issue previously with, you know, I've got a NAS here that I use HDMI audio through. I do it through my PC, no problems. It's just this Roku, so I'm probably gonna have to spend the extra money and get an Nvidia Shield, which I didn't really want to do because it's like £100 more expensive than this Roku. This was only £35. You're looking at £130 for an Nvidia Shield. But, you know, if that's what I have to do to get things to work, unfortunately I'm gonna have to pay the extra money. It's just a shame because, you know, the video plays great, the 4K looks amazing, and if it wasn't for this tiny issue, I would recommend the Roku really highly, but in its current state, there's not much I can do about it. So if you are looking at a Roku for 4K content and you have a multi-channel surround sound system, especially if it uses audio return channel, it's unusable. Sorry, I can't offer a fix, but I just thought I'd demonstrate the issue just in case you were thinking about purchasing one of these devices.